We back. Yeah, so I don't know what was going on there. I don't know what was going on there, but it was trying to tell me that I was live for 42 hours. And I was like, yeah, no, I feel like I'm going to get in trouble for this somehow. So got straight out of it. What's going on? Jugger, Gunhead, Vandal, what is going on, skis? What's going on, Skater, Chris O, Trevor Smith? What's going on, legends? Alright, Gunny, a bloody legend. Hey, there's my beautiful mum. Hello. Matthew Aiken, what's going on? Binksy, what's happening? Aussie Grave Digger, Boomerang Girl, how is everyone going on this Friday evening? What's everyone up to anyway? Colin, what's going on? Lou Colt, TJ and Soul. Just having a few bevies, that's the way. Thirsty Fridays. I have no way of telling Commodores, but how are you, legend? Colin, Lone Wolf. Stop saying Desi's wife and son picked him up. The police would know. Plus, the William shooting attracted people to the gunshots. Anyone could have been driving along the airport. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the important news update. Girl with a greyhound, what is happening? I was doing skids on the airport strip. That's the way. Wizard from Oz, what's going on, legend? Fusk and Pisk already? Sounds like it. Sean Bissell, what's going on, legend? Kevin Kirkwin. I just finished a few games of new Fortnite season here. Oh, you know what? I haven't played Fortnite in that long. Like, it would be literally years for me that since I've played Fortnite. Yeah. Lightfoot 2000, what's going on, legend? I like Fortnite. I play zero build only though. Yeah, look, that's the only Fortnite I played too. I cannot, for the life of me, handle that shit. You can be the best player in the world, and someone can be the best builder in the world, and you just can't get them, and that pisses me off. Yeah. I'm rebuilding my fleets, LOL, and adding another Run 5 for the past 2 days. I need a few more. That's all. Sonic Boom. Bro, did you know any old school Ballarat boys? I do actually. I know a few old school Ballarat boys, to be honest. Can I do something on Russell Mad Dog? So I have done a small video on Russell Mad Dog, but Mad Dog Cox, whose real name was oh, it's a weird name. But yeah, we could do that. Anyone with kid knows about Fortnite skins. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm from there, but left in 2002. Oh yeah, there you go. Um, Look, I know a few people from Ballarat, but most of the people I know from Ballarat are connected to bike clubs in Ballarat. So I really probably only know one or two other people from Ballarat that aren't involved with bike clubs. Um, but yeah, that's a whole lifetime ago for me. I don't see many Adelaide people here, but I was born in Melbourne and done every jail except Boneyard Jail, so hopefully I will be accepted. You're accepted, legend. And and there actually is people in the chat. Maybe not right now, but there is people in the chat that are from South Australia. Billy, what's going on? I will try again. I just ordered a. Oh, did ya? So that one, go the fuck away. That's the street name. How good is that? You cannot. I could not purchase that when I seen it. And then that one's good too. Psychopath. I love it. Oh, that'd be hard too. What's going on, Najee Santos? Calda, what's going on, legend? What's going on, train? The serenity is great. There's so much serenity. So much serenity. I love the smell of two-stroke in the morning. Russell Cox's real name was, I'll tell ya. It's something like fucking Fritzl or something like that. It's like Hans Fritzl or some shit like that. Oh yeah, I was close. Melville Peter Snitzeling. Melville Peter Snitzeling. So I was pretty close. Not. I mean, it kind of sounds German. Just about to connect to laptop. Let's go. Yeah, Schnitzeling. Melville Peter Schnitzeling. Yes. Schnitzeling. Melville Peter Schnitzeling. I wonder what made him pick Russell Cox. If you ask me, like, I'm tipping, I'd imagine this is how the story would go down. So can you imagine you've just rocked up to someone's house, They owe you money. You're banging on the fucking door, and you're like, bang, 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 open up. And they're like, who is it? You're like, it's Melvin Peter Snitzeling. And then everyone in the house is laughing. That's exactly what would happen. But if you're banging on the door and you say, it's Russell Mad Dog Cox, yeah, it's got a bit more of a fucking, bit more of tang to it. Melville Peter Snitzeling. MPS. You eastern states don't have Fritz. I don't know what Fritz is. I actually remember when I was in high school, there was this like fucking adult cartoon out that was called Fritz the Cat. But yeah. William Reeves Rebels says, do you were in jail? Was I? Yes. Yes, was I? I was, yes. Fritz Braz's name. True? Diplomatic immunity. That is one line I will never forget from Die Hard. A diplomatic immunity. Did I pick up the soap? I don't know. Ask your dad. He knows. Sorry, I forgot his real name, but they call him Reach Around Rob or something like that. I don't know. Weird. Yeah, for those of you that haven't joined me going live from my phone before, for some reason, they really, really, really attract winners, you know? Yeah, old fucking Robbie Reach Around. Funny name. I don't know why they gave him that though. Yeah. I choose the right to remain silent. Who do you think had the biggest organised gangsters in the 70s, 80s and 90s, Vic or New South Wales? I mean, I would say that they would be on par. Melbourne had a different name for like more fucking violent in your face killings and stuff like that. But yeah, like I would say that in them exact times, well, not the 90s, but 70s and 80s, I would say that it would be even, like as just as hectic crooks coming from both. The two Scots, Ben Doone and Phil McCrevis. I love it. I love it. And their cousin, Paul Meoff, and Wayne. Last name Kiscrump. Some people pronounce his last name Kiscramp. Wayne Kiscramp. It's really weird. I don't know. Oz, Jules, She-Wolf, what is going on, legend? Nettie and Abbo were from Sydney. They definitely were. Yeah, I would say that probably one of the toughest real men to come out of New South Wales in those times we were just talking about would be not Nettie. Like, yeah, Nettie had a good name for being tough, this and that, but he really used other people to do all his dirty work. That's the truth. Unless they were women, and that's the truth as well. So, but yeah, old Henry, Abbo Henry was crazy. Mr. Rentakill. Like, look, here's the truth about Christopher Flannery, right? So, Chris Flannery was crazy. There's no two ways about it. But, like, he was a dangerous, crazy person. Like, he had, like, he was a ticking time bomb. Like, he's the kind of person that, like, top crime identities wanted him around because he was quite willing to do everything, but they soon very well found out that this guy is as useless as fucking eyes on a bowling ball when it comes to that type of thing. Abbo Henry got it over Nettie bad, 100%. So, it's probably one of the best scenes in the miniseries too. If you guys have not seen Blue Murder, I really highly suggest that you guys go out and watch it. You can watch it here on YouTube. But it is on something like Stan or one of those fucking Australian sites like that. But yeah, if you guys have not seen Blue Murder, I'll tell you something, right? So I knew the whole Blue Murder story back to front. And then my mate, I remember when Blue Murder came out, my mate came and gave me the DVD, right? Now, I'd never seen this before in my life. So anyway, I'd been watching this thing and I had like hammer watched this fucking thing so many times. And I remember one night we were all at my joint and it was late at night, we were all pissing on and smoking joints and that. And then I was like, oi, let's put fucking Blue Murder on. And everyone was like, yeah, let's put Blue Murder on. And so my mate who lent me that DVD was there, right? And so we get to the end of Blue Murder and I was like, bro, I don't understand it. Like, why does it fucking end there? It is the stupidest ending ever. You know what my friend did? He went over to my DVD player, pressed eject on my DVD player and said, look, turned the DVD over. So if you guys remember, we used to have double-sided DVDs before they realised they were a really stupid idea. But yeah, I did not know. I had this, like, set of DVDs, which was only one DVD that was really two because you had to flip it over. And I swear, I had no idea that there was a second, like, part to that series. I'm not even going to answer that. Yeah, look, I've tried to reach out to a couple of people. I do plan on doing interviews again. I've just got other things in the making. Yeah. Rondé, you bloody legend. I can hear Zeus. He's doing laps at my door, so I might have to go let him out. Please give me a moment, legends. I'll be back.
Reverend, is this a conspiracy? Crucified for no sins, an image beneath me. Lost within my plans for life, it all seems so unreal. I'm a man cut in half in this world, left in my misery. Reverend, he turned to me without a tear in his eyes. Nothing new for him to see. I didn't ask him why. I will remember the love our souls had sworn to make. Now I watch the falling rain. All my mind can see now is yours. Well, I guess you took my youth and gave it all away, like the birth of a newfound joy. This love would end in rage. cry the pride within my soul. You left me incomplete all alone as the memories now unfold. Believe the word, I will unlock my door and pass the cemetery gate. Sometimes when I'm alone, I wonder aloud if you're watching over me. Someplace far abound, I must reverse my life. I can't live in the past and then set my soul free. Belong to me at last. Through all those complex years, I thought I was alone. I didn't care to look around and make this world my own. And when she died, I should have cried and spared myself some pain. You left me incomplete, all alone as a memory still remains. The way we were, a chance to save my soul, and my concern is now in vain.
Hey, so you know what I found out today? Actually blew my mind. So somebody, now this is why I always say to people I keep my circle very fucking small for a reason. And so today I get this message that I have got unpaid fines from hence amount of years ago, and I was like, hang on a minute, I didn't even have my license in those years. How have I got all of this? And so I ring up Vic Roads, they put me onto Fines Victoria, and then I found out very quickly that I had $19,800 worth of e-tags, speeding fines, parking fines, all of this, unregistered motor vehicle driving on a road, all of this stuff. And so anyway, I ring up Vic Roads and I'm like, so some of these, so from 2020 until about a month ago, they have, and so like some of the times where they said that I was driving, not only did I not have a license, but I was in prison. And I was like, how is this even possible? How is this possible that I have to pay this money? Like, balls, thank you, Commodore. And Commander, actually, sorry. Absolute legend. Buttles. And then they said that I have to ring up Fines Victoria again to get it sorted out because it's beyond them now and it's with Fines Victoria. And then I was like, listen, what can I do? I said, here's my evidence here from Vic Roads saying that I have never, ever owned that car. And then they said, I said, someone has, like, you know how you can nominate someone else as being the driver of the vehicle you were driving at the time? And so one of my friends, who I considered a friend, literally signed over $19,800 worth of fines in my name because he had one of my licenses in his possession. Now, why he had that is fucking questionable in itself. But I swear to fucking God, today, like, I'm on the phone and I'm going, because, like, I had to organise it so I could pay it off. Otherwise, I was going to have to go to court. And then when I'm speaking to the lady on the phone, she goes, this should be paid off. If you pay off $75 a fortnight, this should be paid off by November 2037. I was like, what? Like, I literally know that my last court fine was the only fine I had not paid, and which was from 2023. And that's why I just thought that was all about that. And then next thing you know, I'm literally paying off $19,800 worth of fines that aren't even mine. So guess what, Sean Bryan, you piece of shit? Because I know you watch my lives sometimes and you could be watching right now. Guess what? How dumb was that, you idiot? Because now there's only one way that I can not pay them fines. And that is if I go in and write a stat deck that I have never owned that car. Guess what that's going to make happen, Sean? You fucking dickhead. They're going to come and see you and ask you, because you are the nominated person on every single one of them fines. They're going to come to you and ask why you used Mr. Hughes's ID without his permission, and there's a good chance you're probably going to get in big trouble for it, you fucking dickhead. Like, seriously. Like, and there's only one way I can get out of not paying these fines, and that is if I go in and write a stat deck. I don't even have to mention your name, but guess what, stupid? The car is registered in your name. It was the dumbest thing you could have ever done. The car is still registered in your name, and guess what? Because I am the nominated driver, guess what? Every bit of information you provided is accessible by me. I know your new phone number, I know your new address, I know what 2 cars you own, and I know both of their registration numbers. I suggest you do the right thing, mate. Otherwise, things might end up a little bit difficult for you, I'm afraid. But if you think for 1 second that I'm going to be going to fucking prison for not paying fines that I didn't even do, oi, Sean Bryan, guess what? Whose real name is Sean Carucci. Yeah. Better luck next time, buddy. But I will say this. Remember when we were at Port Phillip, Sean, and I was in the Fishburn East, Fishburn West Salamander yard, and you were in the Swallow, Waxaby and Gorgon yard, and you called me to the fence, and you said that so-and-so person owed you money. This is how far we go back, you fucking rude prick. And what did I do? I dragged that guy to the fence, and all I will say is this. I dragged that guy to the fence, and that guy ended up being stabbed a lot, yeah? And you go and do this to me. Like, yeah, bad move, mate. Shit morals, shit pride, shit honour. Everything you live for is absolute shit. But anyway, next time I'm in Frankston, I'll come and say hello, Shawnee. On your gunny. Yeah, so, like, yeah, it was just a dumb move. Like, there isn't even a part of me, even though I am so far away from that life, that I could ever, like, make a statement and dob someone in. I just could never do that. But in order for me to get my fucking not have to pay this money off, I have to say that I've never owned that car. And then what's going to happen in return is they're going to realise who actually owned the car, because every single fine's been nominated by this one person. And, like, you're a dickhead, mate. You're an absolute fucking dickhead. Like, I literally, you could have called me and said, oi, Biff, I'm in fucking trouble. I'm about to get locked up. I need to pay some fucking money. And you know what? I actually respected you that much that I would have just pay ID'd you the money straight away and said, sort it out when you can. Because, like, here's the truth. This person fucking gave me a leg up when I got out. True story, 20 grand. Fucking thank you fucking very much. And, yeah. Sean Bryan, a.k.a. Sean Carucci. Oi, Sandsy, a bloody legend. But, yeah, I mean, what can you do? Yeah. No way, bro. You're a badass, bro. underbelly jugs next season. I can see it. Not only do I know, I have written. So because every single fine was transferred into my name from 2020 to 2026, there is a fucking plethora of paperwork, right? And every single one of them has his signature, his name, his address, like fucking stupid. Oh, and it's just so funny. Like, there's a whole period of those fines where I was actually in prison. Not only did I not have a license, or have never, ever, ever owned a red VE station wagon in my life. Yeah. Fuck you. Night, Mumsy. Night, Mumsy Moos. And if it's not sorted, they take your license. Exactly my point. So if I didn't today, if I didn't go on a payment plan, which brought to my attention that I owed about $18,000 more than I should, I probably would have never have known. And like, it's crazy. It's actually crazy that that's how easy it was for this person to do it. And it was so funny because the dude on the phone's like, well, we've got the name of the person who's transferred all the fines. I'm like, oh yeah, obviously I'm allowed to have that information, yeah, because I'm the person. He said, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be on your paperwork anyway. I said, what's the name? When he told me the name, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, wow. I've sent 100 messages today, rang 100 times. Yeah. I literally said this. You should just think yourself lucky that I have found this out now, because if I had have found this out 4 years ago, I would definitely be doing another prison sentence over you right fucking now for doing that to me. It's not even about the money or anything like that. It's about like going and doing that to me when you claim to be one of my very, very fucking small circle of friends. Yeah. You were someone who I met in prison. You were someone who I met when you were down and out. I put you on your feet, literally gave you fucking shoes, everything, clothes, gave you everything you needed, made you who you were, and you do this to me? Anyway, better luck next time, because next week they're all going to be back on your account. Oh. All right, MPA. Yeah, that's right. If you don't like swearing, well, I'm sorry, because guess what? Swearing is 100% fucking legal on fucking YouTube. And if any cunt thinks that, like, me swearing is fucking, you know, making their fucking no swear a little bit sensitive, well, maybe this isn't the live for you. So, yeah, I swear I'm a swearer. Do you think I'm going to go to hell for that? Fuck, hang on, just give me a moment. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I stole an apple and 3 mandarins. It's the Aussie way, 100%. We often have this conversation on here. What is the Aussie culture? Unfortunately, I would say Australian culture is this. Like, we're a very young culture. Our country is very young. Our culture is this: barbecues and beers, or fucking gatherings and beers, or dinner and beer. That's what, and swearing. Yeah, that's right. See you in the Northern Territory. That's actually one of my best rated stickers that I ever seen. The first time I seen it was when I got out after doing my big one. I was driving in the car with Mum, and I'm like, look, that dude has cunt written on the back of his fucking window. And then Mum said, no, look when we get closer. I was like, oh, that's a very smart idea. That bloke actually probably made squillions off them stickers and t-shirts and shit. True. That must explain me too, Matthew Aitken, I think. I learned how to swear when I worked at the Palace. Alright, give me a second, guys. I've just got to go to the toilet. Oh, so I actually start my new medication tomorrow. As you guys know, I told you guys that MS really fucks with your bladder, and sometimes I piss literally. There was a time when I put a notepad in my toilet where I would put a line, and then, like, you know how prisoners do the 4 lines and then the 1 line through it. And I literally, the most times I ever pissed in one day is 27 times, which means that I was pissing more than once an hour, which is crazy. I actually wake up every 2 hours to go to the toilet. And so I used to be on this medication when I was in prison, and I said to the doctor, like, can you please prescribe me that again? Because it stopped me from going to the toilet 100 times a day. He said, yeah, no worries. So I'll start that tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about that. All right, give me a moment.
On such a perfect night, knowing that you're out there listening, I remember one time when I was so afraid, didn't think I had the courage to stand up on the stage. Then you reached into my heart and you found the melody. If there ever was somebody who made me believe in me, it was you. It was you. It was your song that made me sing. It was your voice that gave me wings. And it was your light that shined, guiding my heart to find this place where I belong. It was your song. Every night I pray before the music starts to play, that I'll do my best and I won't let you down. And for all the times I've stood here, this feeling feels brand new. And anytime I doubt myself, I think of you. 'Cause it was your song that made me sing. It was your voice that gave me wings. And it was your light that shined, guiding my heart to find this place where I belong. It was your song. Dreams can come true that made me sing. It was your voice that gave me wings. And it was your light that shine, guiding my heart to find this place where I belong. It was your song. It was your song. It's always been your song.
Morning. Happy birthday. I know the Pink Palace well. We used to watch John's going in and out from our office. Oh, the Pink Palace. Risdon. Are you talking about Risdon? Risdon Prison. You like country music? I love country music, bro. You know what? I actually like all music. My playlist is the most skewy playlist. My playlist can do this like in 3 songs, yeah? It can go from Pantera to Garth Brooks, to fucking Beethoven, to I actually listen to a lot of Jewel songs, you know. Who will save my soul? You know that? I love Jewel. Yeah, I just, you know what? I'm just a legitimate music lover. I appreciate all good music from any genre. I don't really care. If it's good, I'll listen to it. There was a time there where I refused to listen to fucking like heavy, hard techno music because I went through a pretty hectic raving stage in my life. And yeah, that kind of just turned me off. But yeah, I even still like find myself now, like I could be just like doing housework or something and I'll put the old bass station soundtrack on or something like that, you know. But yeah, like my playlist is like crazy. It's like country, metal, death metal, rap, punk music, pop punk, um, fucking oh, there's all these different like brands of metal now. Like they've all like certain genres now where it used to be like screamo or fucking whatever. But I literally love all music. I just like music. How's David? Oh, he's really well, thanks. I was just speaking to him before. Thank you, Marcus. How are you, legend? Marcus used to be my older brother, my older brother's best friends when they were kids. You know what I love? Steve Earle. No, I always forget the name of it, and it's like I heard this first song for myself in a bike club, yeah, and in a clubhouse, um, and it goes, oh, what is his name? Turn the page. Turn the page. Steve Wright. Wait, someone help me out here. I feel like Colin's going to have this one all over it. Turn the page. I love that fucking song. As a matter of fact, there is times where like I've been like drinking and Turn the Page comes on. No, is that what it's called? Or is that a Metallica song? Fuck, I'm confused. You old thing. I'll tell you. Hang on. I'll tell you what the song's called. I always forget when I'm on my phone. I've got my PC as like backup to like it's good. I love that. Oh, Bob Seger. Bob Seger, yes. Fucking Cyborg just got it. I knew as soon as I typed it in that it was going to come up. And I love that song as a matter of fact. And I always forget, for some reason, I always think that it's like fucking Steve Earle, Stevie Wright. I don't know. But then as soon as I see it, every time I'm like, it's fucking Bob Seger. I love that song. I love the original version. Like, if you go onto YouTube, you can see there's a few different turn the pages. Obviously, fucking Metallica done a fucking turn the page as well. But different song. But the best Bob Seger turn the page is the 1973 radio version. It's fucking great. I used to listen to that song whilst backpacking. Oh, that's mad. Do you know what? That was the epitaph to my life. That song. I swear to God, I'd be on my bike riding down the highway with or without people, and I swear that was the song that was always playing in my head. Here I go on the road again. Here I am. Turn the page. Bob Seger is still doing gigs in the US. No way. A lot of people who are here have BIFFO ESP. Do you know what? You kind of have to. I think a lot of people have realised here that I've got a fucked up memory. And, yeah, it's cool. Lock it in, the BIFFO ESPN. I know it's ESP, but... Can anyone tell me what the blue crown and hashtag number mean, please? I don't know what you think. I don't know what you mean, Mate, I think Johnny Farnham is brilliant. Me too, love Johnny Farnham. There isn't many Australian artists that I don't like or haven't liked in my life. John Farnham, it's my nan, so my mum's favourite artist. And I remember when I used to do rodeos and stuff like that, one of my friends used to do quarter horse stuff. I don't know what it's fucking called, but they had quarter horses and stuff. And so John Farnham used to do this same quarter horse stuff. He has a heap of quarter horses. And I remember one day I was there and I seen this dude walking his horse with a cowboy hat on. And I said to my mate, that's John Farnham. And he goes, no, it's not. I said, it is. I'm going to go and ask. I'm going to go and ask if it's John Farnham. You know what I did? I walked straight up, jokingly, because he was walking on that side of the horse. I was about maybe 11 or 12. He was walking on that side of the horse, and I was walking on this side of the horse. We grew up with horses, yeah, so I can ride pretty well. And so he's walking his horse with the reins. He had the saddle and stuff on. And I literally walked up and grabbed the reins and kept walking, so pulled him out of his hand. And he fucking grabbed me straight by the back of the neck straight away. And I was like, I'm joking. But yeah, it was pretty funny. And then he signed an autograph for my nan that night. I said, that's the only reason I did it. I said, I knew it would get your attention if I grabbed your horse out of your hand. And he thought it was fucking hilarious once I told him why I'd done it. He goes, but I dead set thought you were trying to take my horse. Yeah, I must have been, maybe 12 maximum at that time. Probably my first year of high school, so I would have been, 11 or 12. Saw the Tats twice last year. You know what sucks? I wish YouTube was like other streaming services where I could play like just whatever music I wanted instead of music I've created. Because now I want to listen to music and I've only got my bangers. Chopper and the crew did a tour with the Footy Show, and if Biff was ever interested, he'd have him rolling in the aisles. So you know what? I don't know. So a lot of you guys might remember that I was actually invited to do live shows with the Underbelly people. They invited me and wanted me to tell my life story on stage. This was only at the end of last year too, and I can't remember what happened. I think I moved house or whatever, and I had to rebook the date, and I haven't really looked back. But yeah, like they asked me to do that type of thing as well, and it was going to start at the Olympic in the Olympic Hotel in Melbourne, and yeah, I decided against it because YouTube was going well, and I was like, yeah, I don't really need anyone's help. Like the honest truth was, and it's still that way now. Like kind of people that like reach out, they kind of need the help. You know what I mean? I don't need the help, and I mean that in the most respectful way. But like, yeah. Ozzy Osbourne, obviously. Do you know what? I love Ozzy Osbourne. I love Zach Wilde from Ozzy Osbourne. I love Black Label Society because of Zach Wilde from Ozzy Osbourne. If you guys haven't heard Black Label Society, I actually suggest that you go and listen to them. It's a really, really different type of metal that you'll probably find that you absolutely love. You know what was funny? And I know he wouldn't care that I say this, but myself and Frankie Waghorn, if you guys don't know who Frankie Waghorn is, I guess, I don't know, Google his name or something. It's not my job to say his story, but he was one of my very close friends. Literally 40 years, 40 years older than me, but yeah, we got along very, very well. And I remember one time I was at the Olympic Hotel because I was going to be meeting one of my friends there. So I was actually with Frank. Frank dropped me off there, and he had to go somewhere in Heidelberg. And I was like, yeah, sweet, just come and pick me up back here when you're done. I'll be in the pokies or whatever. He said, yeah, sweet. And so what had happened is my friend had come into the pokies, and he's like, I've got your money out in the car. I was like, yeah, sweet as, let's go out. And so we went out into the car, and so we're literally sitting on his bonnet having a smoke in the Olympic hotel fucking car park. And then this car just fucking pulls up with full of blokes. And they were all fucking trying to get my mate that I was meeting up with. And I knew none of these fucking people. And what was actually funny about it is I met up with one of these people years later in prison, and I'll tell you the story. So, but anyway, I was armed all the time, yeah? I was fucking had multiple attempts on my lives, and I didn't care. At that point in my life, I was like, I would rather be caught with one and not need it than be caught without one and need it. And so anyway, I pulled this thing out and fucking... like the tattoo my brother suggested I should get, the bullet with fucking wings on it. I said, why should I get that tattoo? He goes, because you're always letting them fly, you crazy little fuck. And so anyway, bang, bang, shots were let off. And then like, it was like the craziest scene. And then old mate rocks up and he's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I don't know. Someone just let a gunshot off here. Let's go. Let's fucking leave here. Oi, he was one of my closest mates. I actually still speak to his wife a fair bit. She actually messaged me like fucking 2 days ago, and I asked her if she had any photos of myself and Frank. Obviously, there was heaps of photos taken over the years, and so she said she would look into them for my next video that I want to do on the big fella. But yeah, if you guys don't know, he's the guy that's in Chopper's books, and Chopper says that he has a punch that would stop a raging rhinoceros. And let me tell you, that was the absolute truth. The dude hit like a fucking Mack truck. Yep. Bell Street. And you know what was funny about that? That's why I went to say this. So it was the manager of the Olympic Hotel who rang me up and got in contact with me, and said that, can you contact me? I would like to talk to you about featuring you in some of our shows. And I was like, yeah, no worries. And then I said, after I said, all right, I will think about doing this. And I said, what's actually crazy is I've got a pretty crazy story. What happened out the front? I said, how long have you been the manager of the Olympic Hotel for? He's like, 20 years. I said, well, you will remember something that I did there one day. And when I told him about it, he goes, no fucking way. I said, well, yeah, that was allegedly me. I faced repercussions over that, and I bet them in court. The one who ran the canteen. Yep, and the lolly shop. So here's the truth, yeah? So if anyone ever went to the old Beechworth and they ever bought any lollies or any type of sweets, here's the truth. Frankie Waghorn actually owned that fucking lolly shop and all of the lollies in it. He was making bank off the prison. They didn't have like a canteen lolly shop before that, and he turned it into what it was. Frankie was built like David too, 100% right. So I'm pretty well known to have big forearms, yeah. I've always been told I've got pretty big fucking forearms, yeah. As you can see, there's a bit of fucking size there. But let me tell ya, this fucking guy, he has forearms like pistons. Like, he had arms like fucking Popeye. The biggest forearms I've ever seen. You guys might have seen that big strong guy online at the moment, and he looks like he's got like elephantitis of the arms or something. He does like arm wrestles and stuff like that. I'm not talking about Derek, whatever his name is. I'm talking about that guy that's got like really big fucking arms. Oh damn, you were born in Beechworth? No way. Nice. My God, the amount of tennis balls I hit over that wall is crazy. The things you did as a kid, like in my life, is just crazy. Other kids didn't do what I did. Do you know what I mean? I had to make sure I was at Beechworth Prison at a specific time with a fucking, allegedly a tennis ball full of fucking ungodly substances, and allegedly smash it straight over into the fucking yard, the main yard right there that was like behind the back tower, and like the one that backed onto the workshop. Straight through there, mate. Straight through the garden. Let's go. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Like this, the way I look at it like that, it's just crazy. Oh, there's actually Beechworth bakeries all around Victoria. So I remember when I went to Bendigo to live for a bit. I was on the run actually, and like at the time I was in a bike club, and that town is full of bike clubs that my bike club was not friends with. So I thought that is the best place for me to go with. Everyone else said that is the dumbest idea you ever had, and I was like, it's actually the smartest idea I ever had, because the police are going to think that is the last place I'm going to be fucking sleeping, where there's fucking 4 different clubs there that hate me. Yeah, and I found a Beechworth bakery in Bendigo. True story. Every night I pray before the music starts to play that I'll do my best. And for all the time I stood here. Shit, you have got big forearms. Yeah, it's always something that I always prided myself in. I started riding bulls when I was 13 years old. True story. I was the youngest bull rider in Australia for 2 years. And yeah, I was actually pretty good at arm wrestling in my day too. Oi, Silly Billy, a bloody legend. Aussie Bush Rangers, what's going on, legend? So obviously it's Thirsty Fridays, Frothy Fridays, whatever you want to call it. And of course I've got to go to the toilet again. I'm sorry, guys. Let's hope after tomorrow when I start my medication. Um, so yeah, hopefully tomorrow. I remember last time I started this medication when I used to pee a lot. It's actually one of the first reasons what made me realize there was something going on, and what led me to started to getting tested for MS was the amount of times I was going to the toilet, which was just bonkers. Um, yeah. And so I remember when I started it, it literally happened overnight. I went from pissing fucking 20 something times a day to pissing once or twice a day. It was like, yeah, Christmas all over again. All right, give me one moment, guys. I'll be back. Oh, this is one I don't play much. I wrote the words to this song.
I'd fix it, be solid land. But you were chasing dragons I could never hope to take. Left me standing in the ruins, whispering your name. And it broke me in pieces, watching you fade away. You loved the night more than you ever loved the day. Now the echoes of your laughter are just ghosts in my mind. And I'm left here wondering if I'll ever love again. I gave you every sunrise. the memories, trying to find my way. Wondering if I'll ever love again, or if my heart will stay this way.
Oi, oi! Thank you, Kino, you absolute legend. Sent me an email today, but yeah, this shit's crazy. Like what's going on in the world right now. Yeah, I think it's like, how long to the first fallout? My best mate died in Frankston. You know what? I had a good mate that died in Frankston. Was your friend? Nah, I would know you if this was the case. So I had a friend that was killed in Frankston as well. He was one of the first king hit kills in Melbourne. This was maybe 2008 or 9, I think. He was a Cranbourne lad. Yeah, I'll suss it out, Dan, for sure. Why do I have a beard on my neck? I've got tattoos on my neck. But why do you have a beard on your lip? That's crazy if you're a female. It's 2026 though, anything goes. Whatever. I'm down for the movement. If you're not, you'll get done with hate speech or something. Remember the innocent on King Street back in 2020? Oh. You know what? King Street's had probably most of the worst stuff that's happened in Melbourne on that street. I've been in some very fucking hairy situations on King Street before, going out there with friends to have a good time and running into people that were going out to do the exact same thing, but they had a big group of people. We had a big group of people. We were also enemies, and then next thing you know, we're at the same strip club. It was fucking mental, man. And it was like a licorice all sorts fight, yeah? So there wasn't one person that was inside that strippers that wasn't throwing fucking punches, kicks. Fuck, it was crazy. Blokes were getting fucking... So literally, we rocked up on a party bus, yeah? It was one of my mates' parties, and we rocked up on a party bus. So this was the second pub that we'd been to, the second club that we'd been to. Both of them were on King Street. We didn't even have to get in the bus to go to the next place. That's how fucking close it was. And then it just fucking kicked off. And so 4 of my mates ended up in hospital, and one of my female friends ended up in hospital as well. She went to jump in because one of my mates was just getting fed, and she went to jump in and stop it, and she got fucking oosted herself. And that led me to do what I did, which kind of stopped the situation, because there was one person on their side that was like a fucking K2 fucking kickboxing champion and was literally kicking all my friends' fucking heads off. Like, it was literally going on like that. I remember I was in the middle of a fucking just going fucking punch for punch for this dude. And I remember I seen this person fucking go for the fucking big whooshka and whack, got my female friend right on the jaw, dropped her. And I remember I just ran straight over to the bar and leant over the bar and grabbed 2 jugs, empty jugs, and just fucking went swinging. And that's how that ended that night. I literally fucking yeah, maybe 4 or 5 people went down straight after that and gave us enough time to get out because we were outnumbered fucking 20-5. And yeah, I miraculously ended up unscathed other than a broken hand. And yeah, pretty much every one of us got pumped that night. And yeah, I don't even know how I didn't get marked because I was getting belted, but I think I was like blocking them and just going at it because like it was crazy. It was one of the craziest fucking nights I ever had in Melbourne, to be honest. And you know what was actually even funnier about it? So one of my mates had actually passed out on the bus before we got. So we drove. The bus picked us up from Cranbourne and drove us all the way into the city. Right. My mate was already passed out on the back seat, drunk, by the time we got to the first nightclub, and then the second one was the strippers, and then so he was asleep on the back of the bus. The fucking punch-on's like stretched out onto King Street, and there's like literally people just fighting everywhere. And like I said, everyone that was in, even people that weren't with us, were like sticking up for us because they could see that this big group of people was targeting us, you know, and it was pretty funny. And my mate was passed out on the back seat of the bus, and the bus drove off. It left. It was like, fuck this. My bus is going to get smashed up. It was one of those buses painted black, got fucking techno music coming out of it, blaring. You can drink in there. It's got like a license bar on it. And yeah. So they actually grabbed my mate. So the people that ran the tour grabbed my mate, blind drunk, grabbed him off the back seat and took him to Springvale Station and dropped him off at Springvale Station. Like I'm talking probably 2000 and maybe 2. So like this is when Springvale was in full effect, full of H dealers and stuff. Guys, the strippers at Frankston in the 2000s was wild. You must be talking about kittens. So, as you guys know, I grew up, I spent a lot of my time in Cranbourne, Hastings and Benalla. They're the main towns I grew up in. Hastings, not very much. I only spent a couple of years there, but like a lot of crazy shit happened there while I was there. But, yeah. Kittens in Frankston used to be a wild place. It used to be the type of strippers that you would not catch like, you know, there'd be like bikies in there and fucking just criminals. It wasn't like in the city when you go to the strippers and there's like fucking millionaire businessmen in there trying to fucking pick up strippers and never realising that they're never ever going to get anywhere. I'll tell you how smart these strippers are. Now, I remember once, right, I'd gone to Queensland and I was on the run. My mate was living in Queensland and I had heaps of money on me and heaps of pharmaceuticals. And anyway, we went out on Cavill Ave that night, right? And so the only place that would let me in with my tattoos, Queensland's fucked, yeah? If you've even got tattoos on your hands, but look at the way I look, yeah? So even if you've got tattoos on your hands or even on your arms, you've got to have them covered up. They even tell you to go to the fucking the milk bars and fucking 7-Elevens around Cavill Ave sell makeup like mascara, fucking foundation, whatever you call it, that brown shit what you put on your skin that covers your skin. They actually tell you to go to 7-Eleven. They sell fucking foundation. If you cover your face, we'll let you in. It's like, I am never going to put fucking makeup on my face. But anyway, this was the only place that let me in. Now, remember I said, these strippers are professionals at what they do. Now, I remember, all respect, ladies that are in the chat, but the strippers in Victoria are different than the strippers in Queensland. So the strippers in Victoria, most of them actually make you sit on your hands when you're getting a lap dance or something like that, allegedly. But in Queensland, it is quite the opposite. Them girls will be grabbing your hands and putting them everywhere. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I was like, literally, I remember looking at the chick and I remember saying, you are absolutely fucking beautiful. Can I please keep you? And she was like, what? And I was like, No, but you're really, really hot. Like, you need to not be a stripper and, like, be my girlfriend or something. She's like, do you want my phone number? And I was like, yes, I do want your phone number. She was like, all right, get your phone out. I'll put my phone number in your phone. Smart move, yeah? Because, like, all I did for the rest of the night was just pay for dances and stuff. And then, literally, she's like, oh, look, I knock off at 4 o'clock in the morning. Give me a call. I'll fucking come over to your hotel. I was like, yeah, sweet as. Gets to 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, fucking, doot. Hello? I'm like, yeah, you know, and are you fucking coming over or what? And the lady that answered the phone's like, excuse me? And I'm like, are you coming over or what? We're staying at this fucking hotel, room number rah. I said, the fucking elevator comes straight into our room, so just press it and come straight into our room. And she's like, what? And I'm like, are you the stripper that just gave me her number? She's like, I beg your pardon. I'm a nurse and I don't know any strippers. So, stripper, very smart move, was like, this dude, I'm going to get all of his money out of him because he thinks he's taking me home. And it worked. It fucking worked. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Hosie's Tavern was a bit different. Oh, damn. How, or what about the Spotswood? What about the Spotswood? Jesus Christ. That was the strippers that even fucking one over a frank. That was like the even craziest strippers I'd ever been in, the Spotswood. And I remember, like, I went there when I just turned 18 when I was doing my apprenticeship, and like my boss and the other dude we were working with, like, come with us, we want to take you somewhere. And I was like, I remember when I left there, I was like, never take me here again. Like, that was crazy. Yeah. Kelly's Hotel in Cranny. I can't think of the other one. The Settlement. Kelly's Pub and the Settlement. Many big nights at those places. Kelly's Pub. Everyone knows Kelly's Pub because it was well known for, like, the fucking bloodbath. Like, it was the place where all the action happened on the weekends. You didn't need bottle openers, you know. Why did you and TJ take your cranny history video down? Oh, because I asked him to. I asked him to take it down. I asked him to take all of my videos down. Dallas Bar. Oh, yeah, you know what? Dallas Bar was pretty crazy too, actually. And then, fuck, what was the one in Dandenong called? Across the road from the courthouse. The fucking bikies own it there. But that was a pretty loose fucking strippers too, actually. Nah, look, I wouldn't say that, but I'll never be doing another collab with the bloke. I'll say that much. Yeah. Players, yeah, that's it. Oh, you worked at the Oxford Tavern in Sydney? I believe I've been there. I've been to like a lot of pubs in Sydney and stuff. I went to a lot of the strippers and stuff on the Glitter Strip in King's Cross and stuff like that. That was like, I don't know. I think maybe the closest thing we've ever came to like King's Cross is like maybe like St Kilda in the early days, and or King Street is the closest thing we've come to that. But yeah, King Street was a whole different world. I remember the very first time I went to King's Cross, not King Street. Yeah, I remember just going, this is a different world here. Like you could tell very, very early on that it was a lawless place. Like there wasn't anyone fucking governing laws in that place. There were people openly doing like open air fucking drug deals on the street. People openly doing drug deals in the strippers and the nightclubs. Like, yeah, it was a fucking different world. Oi, Rhonda just says, I worked with Dave Russell, security guard at the Growling Dog in Ringwood. So Dave Russell, I know Dave well. Dave is actually one of my dad's best mates. So yeah, he's one of our fucking boxing elites from Australia. My dad was actually engaged to Dave Russell's sister before he met my mum. I've actually got photos of me when I'm maybe 7 or 8 years old, holding fucking Dave's fucking heavyweight belt, and yeah. Oi, TP, what's going on, legend? Yeah, crazy times. What's some other crazy places I've been to? So like Cavalab in Surfers Paradise on the Gold Coast, like that at its time was pretty crazy too. It was like if you looked like me and you didn't look like someone that fucking went down the beach and surfed every day, you were like standout number one. And considering like I'm generally, especially at the time, I dressed in nothing but black or white clothes. I kind of changed the shades up a little bit now, but yeah, I never dressed in anything but black and white clothes. And I remember I moved to Queensland with my friends to the Gold Coast, and they said, we're going out to Cavalab tonight. I'd literally been off the plane for 6 hours, and I moved there to change my life. And within 7 hours, I was locked up in the Southport fucking watch house. So that was the first night. Arrested, had to go to court on Monday. The second night, we went out to the beer garden, I believe it's called. And I got into another fight there. And the thing was, I promised my mate's girlfriend that I wouldn't get in another fight. And so this guy literally went bang and fucking cracked me. And I stood there and copped it sweet. And I said, you won't do that again, mate, I promise you. And so I've got my mate's girlfriend pulling at my arm, and she's like, please, we're going now. And I wouldn't let it go, you know. And I was like, you will not get away with doing that again. He actually broke my nose with the first punch. Bang, broke my nose. And then, yeah, I was like, yeah, you won't get away with doing that again. The cheeky motherfucker went bang and slipped another left straight on me, straight on my nose. Well, that was it. Queensland trip is now out the window, and I am now in fucking evil mode. And, yeah, I got arrested 2 nights in a row. On the second night, they were like, we don't even think that we want to give you bail. Like, you haven't even been in Queensland for 24 hours, and you've already been arrested twice. And they gave me bail, and I didn't turn up to court. And then they caught me when I went back to Queensland. You know what was funny about that night though? I got locked up in the Southport watch house. My mate So when I got locked up, he was like, fuck it, I'm going to get locked up with him. So I moved in a house with two of my mates and one of them had their girlfriend there. So there was 3 other people living in the house. My other mate gets locked up with me that night. And we're in the holding cells. And I'm like, bro, why did you fucking do that? You know I'm probably not coming home. And he's like, oh, well, he's never been to jail, never really been in trouble. And I remember when we were in there, this guy goes, who do you represent? And I was like, what? He goes, who do you represent? I said, I don't fucking know. GHB? I don't know, mate. Fucking Shell Fuel? I don't know. What kind of question is that? Who do you represent? He goes, I represent 4013 or whatever it was. I actually believe that's what it was. And I go, you represent a number? What kind of bullshit is that? He goes, nah, mate, that's the fucking biggest gang in Logan, bro. And I was like, bro, just fuck off. Seriously, mate, I don't care about your 4013. I'm dead set about to give you 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck off and leave me and my mate alone. And yeah, he just kept on saying it the whole night. And then, yeah, I gave him my 1, 2, 3, 4 and got moved into the next lot of cells by myself. And the police officer came in and he's like, you actually have got a real fucking problem, haven't you? And I was like, no, I don't. I actually don't. I just don't like people invading my personal space, especially when they're yelling numbers at me. Like, I'm not fucking playing bingo, buddy. I'm arrested. Get out of my face, buddy. Any day now. Oh, you know what? I paid $2.90 for fucking $2.90 for 1 litre yesterday. What the fuck? Swear to God, put fucking $50 in and it put like 12 litres in my car. Maybe not even that. I was like, what the fuck? Two vapes. Yeah, I'm that crazy. You know what? They both died. Eureka! Hallelujah! Bet you that doesn't happen again though. Told ya. Yeah, good times, great music, better people. Be here till Tuesday, try the shrink. Want to see me make a balloon animal? Crazy, eh? Just call me Clown Boots. Are they strawberry raspberry? Definitely not. I get one particular flavour only. Cherry pomegranate, or change it up a bit, blackberry cherry pomegranate. Can't sleep. Clown tried to eat me. Oh, don't say that. That'll even just saying that give me fucking nightmares with my fucking clown phobia. I can't go out on Halloween because if anyone comes up to me with a clown costume, I'm going to prison. I do not care. My instant instinct in my brain is to fucking attack when I see clowns. I hate it. I hate their evil laughs that they do. I hate their face paint. I hate their fluffy fucking hair. I don't like clowns. They actually freak me out. True. Look, I wouldn't say that I'm scared of clowns. That would be a fucking overkill. But I am very, very weary of clowns. I did have a clown phobia as a child. And yeah, I mean, I guess when I grew up a little bit, I realised that clown are just fucking men and they bleed like the rest of them. But yeah, I really, really have a fucking legitimate hatred for clowns. Oi, same. I think so too. Oi, same with me, Cyborg too. I think that's maybe what they remind me of. Who can actually remember this show that we used to have in Australia here? It was called The Extraordinary. I remember watching this one episode on that was like particularly on clowns, and I remember going. Now I remember when I watched this at the time, I was staying at my nan's house, and my nan used to collect like the early clowns. So like the clowns that have the tears and the pointy hat and the stars on their eyes. She used to have these hanging all around the spare bedroom, which guess what was my bedroom when I stayed there. And I remember Nan used to leave the light on for me, and I used to get up and turn the light off all the time because I remember I'd be just lying there in bed going. And who can remember the 1980s movie called Dolls? That fucked with my head a lot too in that time. I remember the clowns, seeing that extraordinary episode, and then, yeah. What about gay clowns? Oh, yeah, nah, sweet. Oh, if they're giving reach arounds, I'm all for them, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah. That Krusty the Clown, he's always bending over backwards for people. Send in the clowns. I even hate that fucking Simpsons episode, I'm not going to lie. I had a friend who ran away from home at 14 to join Ashton Circus to be a clown. No way. So one of the kids in Wangaratta, they actually have this place which is called the Flying Fruit Flies or something like that circus school. So it's actually like a high school where you can send your kids and they learn how to be a clown. If you ask me, every high school I went to taught that anyway. Because I look at all of those people now and they just grew up to be clowns. Yeah, that's what I reckon. I'll tell you what, who else vapes? Give us a thumbs up in the chat if you vape. There's nothing worse than when it's this time of night, you've had a couple of bevies, the vape shop's closed. I can see why people fucking... I'm not even going to say that actually, that's fucking not even a funny joke. I was going to say something like, I can see why people put holes in the front windows and pour fire in there, but it's not funny. It's a real problem. When I came back from Brunei, they didn't let me go back to school. Why? Why, bro? So for those of you guys that don't know, that haven't joined a live where Marcus has been in here, so Marcus Lee's dad is Ian Hale, Olympic gold medalist shooter, right? So when we were at school, this is a true story. I remember because like we lived in Maroondah Park, which is like the poor part of Cranbourne, and so I remember when Marcus actually moved and left school, and like they moved Marcus and his whole family, the Sultan of Brunei, which at the time was the richest person in the world, moved Marcus and his dad and his whole family over there because the Sultan of Brunei wanted to learn how to shoot. I remember being a kid and thinking, damn, we didn't have the internet back then, but we had Encarta, and they had the Sultan of Brunei on Encarta. And I remember looking up the Sultan of Brunei on Encarta and going, this dude's living in a fucking palace of gold. Town hall, skateboarding isn't a crime. No fucking way. Mate, I reckon I could... There isn't any fucking kind of sporting device that they brought in that I couldn't rip it on a skateboard ramp with. Like I can do many tricks on a push bike. I can do flips on rollerblades. I was actually a sponsored rollerblader. I used to be sponsored by the Shed in Cranbourne and Blade School in Frankston. I can do heaps of tricks on skateboards. Yeah, skateboards is not a crime. Skateboarders are just fucking like skateboarders are like surfers, yeah? Like for some reason, like people like my dad hated surfers for some reason. I don't know why, but he fucking hated surfers. I could never work it out. But it's kind of now skateboarders have become the old surfers. I remember when we grew up, this is what it was. You were either a skeg. If you were a skeg, that meant you were a skateboarder, you were a surfy, or you were a banger, right? That was the three things that you could be. So a skeg was a skateboarder, a surfy was obviously a fucking surfer, and a banger was somebody who listened to heavy metal music. Biggest bands at the time, most kids at my school had Pantera, Metallica, Sepultura, all them kind of fucking t-shirts. That's what it was. You were either a skeg, a surfer, or a banger. And that's what it used to be called. And if you were a banger, you'd be punching on with the skegs. It's crazy. Oh, look, I'll be honest. I was always a Westie. No matter wherever I grew up, I was always a Westie, yeah? Most neighbourhoods I grew up in were like the west of town. Need I say any more? Everyone knows what part of every town is the west of town. Yeah, but I am someone who actually am thankful that I grew up in that environment, and I would never ever take that away from me. I actually really, really still love all the people from my old neighbourhood. As a matter of fact, it is part in reason why I told the person who was asked before to take all his videos down, because of the ways that everyone was saying to me that this person is like making us look 10 times worse than what we are and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, threats were getting made. I still have family that live in that fucking town. Threats were getting made. I put it out there to that person and said, listen, it's probably in everyone's best interest to do this. He had a conniption. I had a bigger one. And yeah, that's where we are today. I changed from sativa to indica and got a spin like old days. It's all too powerful these days. Oi, legitimate. So if anyone is on prescription fucking Matahuchi, prescription marijuana, I am a very big advocate for prescription marijuana. As a matter of fact, it literally saved my life. I have not used any hard drugs since I've been on prescription marijuana. I have stopped taking all major pain meds since I've been on prescription marijuana. And yeah. So people don't understand this, right? So the average percentage of street weed, which is usually PGR, which stands for progressive growth regulators, I believe, something like that. Anyway, shit weed. That everyone calls it Chinese weed, right? It looks mad. It's got red hairs all over it. It's the stuff that when you were younger, you'd see it and go, damn. But you see that these days and you go, dirt. But what people don't understand is that the percentage of that medicine, I will say, because it's the only way I see weed as, it is a medicine. It is not a drug. Like I said the other day, no one's overdosing on weed. The worst thing anyone's ever done on weed is fucking greened out and fucking spewed in their mum's lap, you know? That's as bad as it gets on weed. But yeah, people don't understand that the percentage of that weed is like literally somewhere between 6 and maybe 12% THC content at very best. Most of that shit is under 6 anyway. It's like between 4 and 5. This medicinal, so the last lot of medicinal weed that I got was 34% fucking THC. If you know, you know, yeah? And that was an indica, and that was crazy. And yeah, this was my whole point. They prescribe you, sorry. That was a sativa and not an indica. So they prescribe you certain medications for during the day because one's not as strong as the other one, and then the other one's for nighttime so you can go to sleep and stuff. Oh, you know what? Yeah, like, the last lot of fucking Gorilla Glue I got was insane. Like, I actually was like sitting there laughing my ass off like I was fucking 16 years old again. Fucking, I remember going, I made the right decision here by being on this medicinal, like, yeah, and so much better. I'm going as that me black Jordan blood was a sergeant after and he backed off because he would have been done. That's it. Oi, Charles Homequest, I have liver disease. Would that be good for me? Oi, so, Charles Homequest. I could almost imagine what liver disease you might be talking about, and I promise you that any thing like that, which is going to give you daily grief, stuff like that. But yeah, I promise you, like, it would 100% help. Like, it is the super medicine what people never ever fucking gave enough credit for, because like I said last night's live, I was literally taking 42 tablets a day. 42 tablets a day. And this is why, yeah? I have multiple sclerosis, epilepsy, PTSD, anxiety, depression. I've got a brain injury, and I've been stabbed 7 times and shot twice. So at times I have a lot of pain, and like I thought in my brain that there was no pain relief that was ever going to do justice than an opiate pain relief would. And yeah, I literally cut all of that out. I was on opiate, this is the truth, yeah? I was on oxycodone, OxyContin. I was on tramadol. I was on a Lyrica, 900 milligrams of Lyrica prescribed a day. Like, I was literally a zombie every single day. Yeah, look, I don't say it that way, but like, yeah, look, I've been put to the test a lot of times over a lot of different things. That is for sure. So yeah, the oil. So this is what people need to understand. Yeah. So when you get prescribed medical marijuana, you get the choice to pick. You can have tinctures, right, which is also like an oil. You can have oils. You can have edibles. You can have flour, so like actual bud. Um, or you can get weed vapes, which are just pure 100% live THC resin. Like, yeah, it's crazy. I am medicinal marijuana Australia's biggest advocate. So you weren't living with growers when they give a bag of leaf to make butter for the weight cake and decided to lick the bowl to face media and homicide squad and future conservative then progress in laws. Nah, I mean, nah, but like literally, so my nickname in the past has been Bongo. So people used to call me Bongo, right? Because wherever Biff goes, the bongos. And so there has been time where people would call me Bongo. It was the funniest nickname ever, actually. This was pre medicinal marijuana times. And yeah, Bongo, that was me. Wherever Biff goes, the bongos. I just got a bike. I just got to bite the bullet and pay the online consult. Oi, here's the truth. A lot of people are led to believe that it's going to cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get prescribed to be on marijuana. So here's the truth. There used to be a time where, like when I first got prescribed, like I said, I was one of the first prescribed people in this country to have marijuana. And at the time, you had to get a reference from your doctor saying that they believe that you should be on it, blah, blah, blah. You don't even have to do none of that shit now. All you do, there's so many different places. Mine is called Ozcan, I believe. Ozcan. Ozcan. But yeah, there's so many. As a matter of fact, so when I went to do the video on, which I haven't posted yet, by the way, on when I went to the Brunswick Club where Lewis Moran was murdered. So when I went there, I actually realised that literally right across the road was the first time I've ever seen a medicinal marijuana outlet in Victoria. They're everywhere in Queensland. Like, I'm talking exactly like you picture they are on the movies. Like in Queensland, you can go in there, and yeah, it's fucking crazy. And then I seen one the other day in Melbourne. I was like, damn, we're really getting there now. I really believe that by 2030, we will have 100% decriminalised marijuana, and it will be like alcohol. You watch. As soon as they stop making it a medicine, and it will be like alcohol. As soon as they realise how much tax they're going to be able to make off this, you watch. They'll even go, oh yeah, fuck this. Stop all the fucking the tobacco wars fires. We're going to take all the tobacco tariffs off, and now a packet of Winnie Blues is going to be back to $11. And Yeah, you watch. As soon as the government realise how much money they're actually going to be able to make off this, it will be decriminalised and turned into something like alcohol, quick, smart, and in a hurry. Same. Cyborg, you funny fucker. When I first got prescribed, that's where it first happened, in Queensland. So I first got prescribed in Queensland too. But I'm telling you, I still thought it was a scam. I still thought it was a lie. I still thought there was no way in fucking hell that I was going to get flour sent to my mailbox. I was like, but I know what I think like, and I know that other people think like that. And so in my head, I'm like, someone's got a master plan in here, and they're just going to go and rob every fucking Australia Post fucking deliverer because they're just going to be full of fucking medicinal marijuana. But yeah, it's not happened once. If you guys actually knew how many medicinal marijuana growing operations we have going on in Australia right now, it would actually blow your mind. We actually have this one place that grows the majority of medicinal cannabis for Australia, and it's acres. Like, I'm talking sheds that are acres big. Like, I'm talking, if you guys have seen Visiboard in Dandenong, has anyone seen Visiboard just off Greens Road in Dandenong? Yeah, Abbots Road and Greens Road. Yeah, it's fucking big. Big. My chemist loves calling me, I say, my favourite dealer. True, how good is it? But you can only purchase 10 grams legally. This is not true. I don't know who told you that. So here's how it works. So medicinal people, a proper ounce is the same as gold, yeah? But for some reason, we've gone from ounce to Ostroy to ounce, right? So a proper ounce weighs 30 grams. Fact. So when you buy medicinal off your chemist, and you get what's called half an Oz, which is 15 Gs. 15. So yeah, 15 Gs at a time. I believe you used to be able to get 30. They stopped that part, and you can still get, if you can afford it, I think you can still buy up to like almost 3 Aussies a month if you need to. But here's the truth. It's fucking so much cheaper than street shit. Anyway, I pay $90 for 15. $90 delivered to my fucking door for 15. It doesn't get any better than that. It's actually like, I think I would actually have paid, if I went to the chemist and went and paid for all of my medication. Keep in mind, I was on 42 tablets a day, 21 in the morning, 21 at night. And I swear to God, I used to pay more than that just per week, just on my prescription medication. So, yeah, it's a win-win for everyone. And get this, you can't get sick off it. You might get a little bit too high and green out, but that's not sick. You're not going to die from it. You can't OD. It's literally fucking God's lettuce. It is. People say the devil's lettuce. But did you guys know this? A lot of people didn't know this, right? Everyone calls it 420. I am 420 friendly. 420 this, 420 that. 420 means weed. 420 means marijuana. Did you guys know that the word 420, that the number 420 comes from the Bible reference, Genesis 4, Exodus fucking 16, whatever the fuck it's called, where Moses is talking to the burning bush. Moses is talking to the burning bush, and the world believes that obviously that was a marijuana bush because Moses, if you've read the Bible, was tripping because the bush was fucking the burning bush. If you guys know about the burning bush, well, that is 420 in the Bible. That is where the weed number 420 comes from. If you don't believe me, smash it into your Google right now and say, where did the weed number 420 come from? And they will tell you straight from the Bible. Straight from when Moses was talking to the burning bush. Moses, you cheeky bugger. You didn't think you were... This is the truth. This is what I think, right? Right? Moses was also partaking in golden tops and fucking yellow meanies and fucking all that shit, blue meanies. And I think that the Red Sea wasn't parted. I think he was just on mushrooms or DMT. And I honestly believe that. Because they were like... There was like shamans back then where people... Well, they were actually called alchemists, yeah? That was the exact name of these people, which is where our chemists get our name from today. Comes from the word alchemist. And so all an alchemist is like, you know, like off fucking Merlin. Merlin's a fucking alchemist. Merlin. Oh, the BBs. I haven't had a BB for ages. Maybe Belladonna. Oi, damn. I haven't... Flower lips. Badoosh. I haven't, I never... Do you know what? Belladonna, a.k.a. Deadly Nightshade, a.k.a. Datura. Is that right? I definitely trust you a lot. As a nerd, you do know what WD-40 is good for. Oh, 100%. Lead to gold. That's it. Alchemists. Alchemists. Lead to gold. Oh, no shit. There's actually a couple of crazy YouTube videos going around right now. And like... I can't remember what it was called. It was something prospecting, right? But these people don't go fucking looking for gold in the ground. Like, I'm sure you guys know that, like, PCs and fucking, like, motherboards and stuff like that have gold in them and stuff like that. And it's actually crazy to watch. Like, there's actually these people. So you guys know the Diamond District in New York, right? So the Diamond District is, they call it that because every shop there is a jeweler, yeah? And so there are actually people that go there at night time with literally a tooth and comb and go to the cracks in the, like where you walk into all the jeweler shops and the cracks in the concrete, because what happens is those people grind down jewelry, this and that, and they walk out of their fucking, where they make the jewelry. It sticks to the bottom of their feet, then goes outside and gets stuck in places. You can actually see it. There are people now that spend their whole day, or whole night, rather, going to the Diamond District with their toothbrush and little fucking tools where they get all of the gold dust that gets walked out from the jewelers, and they literally put it all fucking together and they melt it down. Like, I'm talking, you would think, how much are they really going to get? But look, I've seen videos where someone spent a week there and got over an ounce. I don't know if you guys know how much an ounce of gold is right now, but it is more expensive than it has ever been. Someone tried to get me to believe 3 weeks ago that gold was the least expensive than it's ever been. Dicks. Gold is so expensive right now, and as a matter of fact, this is how expensive gold is, right? So you could have yourself... Gonna pull out the rollie. Right, you could have yourself a fucking Rolex date just full gold, right? This is only fucking gold and silver, right? So you could have yourself a full fucking Rolex date just, yeah? And I promise you, like, say for instance, if you were to buy that second hand, you could get that for around, depending which face and shit, blah, 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 you could get that for $10,000, right? But here's the truth. Right now, gold is that more expensive. So you can go buy an AP. So an AP watch, if you guys know watches, like you can go buy an AP and you will actually get more money melted down as scrap for your Rolex and your AP than you will get if you sell it as a whole piece. This is true. I know there's people in the chat right now that fucking love timepieces and follow this shit, and they will tell you that what I'm saying is absolutely true. Right now, gold is that expensive. People are literally selling their Rolexes and making almost double the money than what they paid for their Rolex and going and buying better Rolexes and more gold. And yeah, fucking gold is crazy. Like, I don't know. Last time I looked at the gold price, it was 8,000 something per Oz. Gold price today. No, that can't be right. All right, so right now, the current gold price for gold in Australia. So you've got to understand, this is the gold price for. They always give the gold price for 24 karat gold. Yeah, so $6,529.67 per ounce for 24 karat gold. That is $209.96 per gram. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but you could literally go into fucking cash converters right now, buy yourself a $75 ring, like that's fucking 9 karat gold, anything and up, like preferably 18 or 24 karat. And I promise you, most rings are over a gram in gold, yeah? Well, some, if they're a decent ring anyway. And you will get triple your money. It's like crazy. This has never happened in time before. Yeah. As a matter of fact, there's a big conspiracy theory that's joined to the Desi Freeman stuff right now that people are suggesting. If you guys know about the Buckland Valley, it's very big gold deposits there. Anywhere kind of around these areas in Victoria are very, very high in gold deposits. And there's a conspiracy theory right now that actually alleges that maybe Desi was a part of something a lot bigger than people believe, and quite possibly a gold dredging illegal activity, and so which actually made me, oi, Commander, you bloody Commodore, you bloody legend, Butters. Thank you. I had a good day. Hope you had a good day, legend. You can buy bags of dirt from Bunnings which has small particles of gold in it. People buy it and pan it. 100%. So you can actually, there's hundreds of sites I actually know of. So me and my brother, we used to sneak into abandoned mines. I'll just say northeast Victoria, yeah? Because it's dangerous. I don't want anyone else going to do it. But so me and my brother used to break into these abandoned gold mines, and we used to go through the pay dirt, yeah? So you guys know what pay dirt is. So pay dirt is the stuff that goes through the sluices, but like sometimes if there's bigger rocks and stuff going through the sluice, the bigger rocks will push the smaller gold particles out with the dirt. And so there are actually like sites now where you can buy pay dirt, but me and my brother literally used to go to this place, I swear to God, and we'd do one at a time. One would be down the fucking mine and the other one would be up there with this fucking pulley system that we made ourselves. Now, people have died in these mines before, yeah? Like, it's fucking dangerous. And we have found ounces and ounces and ounces of gold. But here's the truth. The death to money ratio there was just way too crazy. Like, you'd be way better off going and fucking trying to become a drug dealer and make fucking multiple amounts of money, because how dangerous it actually is going into abandoned mine shafts. I didn't know at the time. I was like, it's a mine shaft. It's held up with wood. It's going to be sweet. Like, yeah, crazy. I'll tell you what, it's got to the time now. It's kind of like that time in Frothy Friday that every can I'm downing, which is not that many. I try and keep it to a bare minimum as much as I can. Otherwise, I tend to go off the fucking deep end a bit when people are trolling and whatnot, or asking me for things that I said that I could have, and then calling me a liar. Like, that actually got me a beauty. I was like, wow. So I sent him one Pokemon card. Pissing or pouring, chat decides. I love it. That was called for last stream though. Nah, listen. I try and keep it as real as I fucking can, and I can't help it. Like, I live in a town where we literally have very little shops, very little this, very little that, and I'm here still trying to do my fucking what I do on YouTube, and it's not my fault. And here's the funniest thing. The funniest thing about it is, it was actually wrong details that this person gave me. So it was nothing wrong that I did. And apparently I was in the wrong for doing that. Like, I was like, and then like try and make me feel like I've done something wrong. I was like, yeah, mate, you got the wrong patty, dickhead. I literally said, because you said you weren't buying your kid fucking Pokemon cards, that I was going to give your kid my Pokemon cards, and then you made it something that it didn't need to be. And, like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm only a human being, and I can only take so much. But yeah, who wants to open a packet of Pokemon cards? This one's very flat. I think it'll be that way forever. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that I bought more Pokemon cards. Well, because I actually sent the last of mine out. But anyway. There is no fucking way that that was the first card I just pulled. Oi, guess what? This would have went to you too, dickhead. No fucking way. There is no way that that was the first card in the pack that I just opened. I am so fucking happy. Of course, the rest of them are fucking duds. Oh, Capaskit's not bad. Oh, Kentascorch. Well, some of the Kentascorch is actually Ninetales. Well, actually, it's not such a dud pack, actually. Oh. Oh, shit. Nah, so that Ninetales is actually a good card too. I've already got one of them though. Oi, no shit. I've got a golden ticket. You can't write this shit, really. I swear to God. You cannot. I actually wouldn't have wanted that to happen any other way, to be honest. Take my kindness for a weakness, and you'll actually take my kindness for silliness, and that's what happens. Oi, that is a fucking... I'm pumped on that one, actually. Fucking oath. Oi, that couldn't have happened any fucking better. You couldn't have even scripted that to happen like that, I swear to God. I'm actually fucking cheering right now. You guys can tell. I'm pumped. I am so pumped. You know what? If I wasn't going live on my phone right now, I'd be going, I've got a lifetime membership with the Pokemon card. I was sick of paying fucking stupid monthly memberships, so I just got a lifetime one so you can just never have to worry about that again. Oi, that's a banging card, but... What are they actually worth? Well, that particular card right there is probably worth $1,800. I don't know. Maybe $1,800. Maybe more. I don't know. These Pokemon cards fluctuate so much, but the truth is they go up more than they go down. And particular cards are fucking very, very, especially when you have the particular set of cards I have, right? This one's actually a good pack, but these ones, so like, generally like these other ones that I've opened, like these ones, they're different, and they're all Pokemon cards, but they have different. Anyway, that's enough Pokemon talk. All I know is that was a fucking 100% win. And I am stoked that happened that way. As a matter of fact, I feel like my old fella's whistling right now. Yeah, I've got the proper app that obviously it is a brand new packet, just been opened. Who knows? It could be a fucking PSA. Oi, all I'm saying is I ain't even putting my fingers on that fucking thing again. Look at that. I cannot believe that was the first fucking card I pulled out. Karma in its absolute finest, coming back in tenfold. Alright, like I said 10 minutes ago, I'm about to duck off to the Brasco again momentarily. I'll put some awesome tunes on.
Riding with me through the storm, from the stories to the struggle. Yeah, you've been there all along. Late nights, real talk, truth, spilling through the mic in the chaos. Crew shows up every single time. Every single time. You ain't just use your family. Every comment hits like loyalty. Through the highs and the lows, you ride for me, and that means more than you'll ever see. Shout out to the chaos crew, the best on YouTube, and it's true, you keep From Portville tales to streets so cold, you've heard my pain, you've seen it unfold. But through the dark, your light breaks through. Ain't no love like the chaos crew. You've been here since day one, holding me down. From nothing to something, we built this ground. I say it loud, I say it proud. Chaos crew, you wear that crown. Chaos crew, the best on YouTube. It's true to keep this whole thing real. Every word, every view, from the heart, yeah, this guy you. I'm grateful every time I do what I do. No one else compares to you. Chaos crew, realest crew. We don't fake it, we just make it. Built on truth, can't no one break it. You're the reason the flame still burns. Every click, every watch, every lesson learned. So here's my love, my thanks, my tune. From Biff to the Chaos Crew, you're more than fans, you're part of the name. Together we ride through the chaos and pain. Shout out to the Chaos Crew, the best on YouTube. It's true, you keep this whole thing real. Every word, every view, from the heart, yeah, we've got you. I'm grateful every time I do what I do. Forever loyal, forever true. Chaos Crew, this one's for you. Every time the camera's on, you're riding with me through the storm. From the stories to the struggle, yeah, you've been there all along. Late nights, real talk, truth, spilling through the mic, and the Chaos Crew shows up every single time.
Every single time.
Single time.
You ain't just crew, you're family.
Every comment hits like loyalty. Through the highs and the lows, you ride for me. And
That means more than you'll ever see.
Shout out to the
Obviously, I wrote the words to this song too. Oi, Wazza, what's going on, legend? Oh, I love that you just said Fano. Love it. I tell you what, I can't even tell you how much that chuffed me. Alright, so this is the package that I sent to them that was sent back because this bit was wrong, yeah? My bit was right. And so I've had them sitting in there. Now, do you guys know, right? I said that I sent in the end 16 packets, yeah? 16 fucking packets out of the kindness of my heart. And the very first packet I opened from out of here. I'm fucking... I actually kept a couple of things just in case this person was watching. This is actually as close as you came to getting them. They're like squares that change picture type thing. Like, I don't know, they're about 80. What's my face tats? It's probably one of the most common asked questions that I get. So I have on this side here, that's a prison watchtower. That's the prison fence. It says wanted in the fence there. That's the number 13. And that's a raindrop. Yes, it's a raindrop and not a teardrop. I've got the other Chaos Crew song as set as my ringtone. Oh, mad. Oh, that's actually mad. Boosh. It's a freaking raindrop. Oi, where do I put them? I have that close so I can pop it up here whenever I need. Well, here's the other one. Here's the other one I said I was going to stick up on my wall. This is from you, Rhonda. Life is like a camera. Focus on what matters. Capture the... I can't fucking read in backwards. Capture the good times. Develop from the negatives. And if things don't work out, take another shot. Oi, Rhonda, I love that. Shout out to the Chaos Crew. What you do the right thing and it always comes, karma is real. I'll tell you now, I never believed in karma at all. And so I was traveling. So my whole life, I actually had more female friends than I had male friends. I realised that for some reason my female friends weren't snitching me. They weren't trying to sleep with my girlfriend when I was in prison. They weren't trying to steal all of my fucking stuff when I was in prison. So I always had a lot more female friends than male friends. And I'll tell you, so this is the truth, right? So I never believed in karma. I thought it was just something that people, that they use this word because they couldn't handle reality. And that's the truth. I honestly actually believe that karma was just something, it was an excuse that people used and it made people feel better about themselves. Now I'll tell you a story that couldn't have been any more real than this, right? So I was actually driving in the car. Now at the time, I was living in Ivanhoe with my mum, right? And I was about maybe 24, 25. And I remember I just bought a VS 5-litre Statesman, right? And it was the first time me driving it. And I just went and picked up my female friend. And I remember, right? So we're in Heidelberg. And because, if you guys know, like Ivanhoe's like joins onto Heidelberg. And so I was in Heidelberg and I pulled up at the lights and this fucking car just touched me, like just touched my back bumper. This is the first time I've taken this car out for a drive, yeah? Mate, I am fucking like straight away, straight into fucking demon mode. Jumped straight out of my car, walked straight over to the dude's window, went fucking bang, straight through the window, punched the dude through his window like a fucking dickhead, I was. And the guy got out, like, and fucking we had a little fight on the side of the fucking road. I got in the car and drove off, and I remember, like, driving off, put my seatbelt on, and I must spin around to look at my friend, and she's like, do you even understand how fucked up you are? And I'm like, why? And she's like, that guy just ran into your car, so you got out and started you punched him straight through his window. I'm like, yeah, you said it. You just ran into my car. Like, that's what you do, isn't it? Anyway, so I actually had, right, the reason I had Mentos in the console of my car is because my car had a sunroof and fucking my previous car had a sunroof and we used to go to we used to have slingshots, yeah, and I promise you, a Mentos ball, a Mentos lolly shot through a slingshot goes straight through a bus stop glass window. No word of a fucking lie. True story, like they are fucking dangerous. And so that's why I had Mentoses in my glove boxes because they came from my old car with the slingshot and I put them in my glove box. And I remember the girl that was in the car, she's like, you do realise that all of this bad shit you do is why you have so much bad shit happen in your life. She's like, you bring it on yourself. I'm like, how do you even figure that? And she said, it's karma. That's what it is. So this is what happened. I was driving along and we're driving down, I was going to I can't remember, I was going to a shop, main street of Heidelberg, and just the Olympic Village one. You know, like the little Olympic Village shops, that's where I was going. They must have sold something illegal or something, I don't know. But, and I remember, right, so she said, karma's going to get you back, right? This is exactly what I did. I put my hand, opened the console, put my hand in the console, grabbed a couple of Mentos and chucked them in my mouth. And I turned around and said, fuck. And I didn't even get to finish saying the word karma. And I was driving my car and I tried to say, fuck karma. She's like, karma's going to get you back. This is why all this bad shit happens in your life. You're fucking crazy. And I turned around and said, fuck. And then I literally started choking on these Mentoses while I was driving. So it was like the biggest nightmare ever. I'm driving and I'm fucking like, we're almost at the shops and I'm going like I'm trying to tell her that I'm choking and fucking like I need to pull over because I can't fucking breathe. And then next thing you know, I'm jumping out of the car and then my female friend is like literally giving me the Heimlich maneuver on the side of the fuck. I think it might have been Nicholson Street or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. Like that was the day that I realised that karma was real. I didn't even get to finish saying the words fuck karma. And next thing you know, I was choking for my life. And yeah, it was scary because I was driving too. There was traffic everywhere. There was cars all along the fucking side of the road. So I couldn't just pull over. It was fucked. I thought I was going to die. And that day made me realise that karma is very fucking real. But I'll tell you what made me realise karma is real. So for those of you guys that know about karma, you will know that there is also what they call dharma. Karma and dharma. So one is good karma and one is bad karma. And that was the day that made me realise that, and so here's a true story. So that night, myself and that female friend, so we were drinking. My mum was at her boyfriend's house, and we were home by ourselves. And I bought Smirnoff vodka, right? And I bought Smirnoff Red. I only bought it because it was expensive, and I was trying to like be a hotshot, you know. And I don't even particularly fucking like, especially straight. I think vodka tastes like methylated spirits straight, and so the next day, I actually got alcohol poisoning, and I've told this story before, and my mum, right, she was on her way home, she's like, blah, 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 is the door open? I said, I think I've got the key on me, I'm actually at the Heidelberg Hospital, and she's like, why are you at the Heidelberg Hospital? And I was like, well, I drank Smirnoff last night, and I think I've got alcohol poisoning, and so it was a litre bottle, and so when I typed in the word Smirnoff, if you guys have a phone that has autocorrect, not whatever the other one's called, this was autocorrect. When you type in Smirnoff, because you know how it's like ABC on number 1, DEF on number 2, right? So when you spell the word Smirnoff, the exact same letters on the numbers that you press spells poisoned, right? So my mum gets a message that says this: I was drinking poisoned last night, and I think I've got alcohol poisoning. My mum's like, what? Of course you've got fucking poisoned if you were drinking poison, you dickhead. And I was like, I didn't even write that. What are you talking about? And I remember looking at it going, I did not write that. And I'm showing Sam, the chick I was with, I'm like going, I did not fucking write that. And then like I was like, what? Right, I'm going to write the exact same message again and see if it happens. And then I wrote the exact same message again. And when I went to type in poisoned, Smirnoff, poisoned came up. And I was like, yeah, I believe in karma so much now. I've got a pity cross staffy called Karma because she's amazing. I love it. I love pitties. I had pitties. I used to have pitties. They were the first dogs my first dog I ever owned myself was a bull terrier. So, you know the fucking Roman nose bull terriers. That was the first dog I owned. And then when we moved from Cranbourne to Benalla, we weren't allowed to have any dogs on the farm. And so I had to get rid of it. But my brother still snuck I love my brother. He literally moved to Benalla with his dog and snuck his dog to the farm and kept his dog there. And his dog wasn't there long. It was killing sheep and doing all this crazy shit. It was a beautiful dog, that dog. I think that pitties are just a different breed, because like for the last 200 years, they were only ever used for bad things before people had them as pets, But my beautiful dog, if you guys haven't seen, I'll bring him in. I'm going to jump off in a minute anyway, legends. I've been on for 2.5 hours. Come here, big sexy. What's a pussy boy doing? Come here, so they can see your head. Come here. Look at my beautiful dog. That's a beautiful boy. Yes, you are. It's a beautiful guy. He's a beautiful boy. So, the thing is about my dog, which is an American Bully XL, people often confuse my dogs. Well, what people say is Biff's got that pit bull that's on steroids. You know that big pit bull that's on steroids? I don't have a pit bull on steroids. I have an American Bully XL. He's not on... Look at him. Tell him, Boosie boy. You tell him. So I'm on steroids, Dad. I'm just big. I'm just a big boned boy. I've got a big heart, big soul, and big bones. That's what you tell all the girls, doesn't it? %. My beast. Look at him. Like this is my beast. Aren't you, boy? You love your dad, don't you? Balls, hang in there, bro. MPA, I feel like... Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'd be like questioning fucking messing with people in other countries and stuff like that. I don't know, bro. How much to feed Zeus his meat each week? So he eats 1 kilo of meat every single night. So 1 kilo of meat. I go to the butcher's and I buy a week's worth of meat every single week. And he eats 1 kilo of meat every single night, and then mixed in with that 1 kilo of meat, which is, offcuts of beef, lamb, some pork in there. I generally don't like to get the pork in there, and plus I won't get chicken mixed in there either. because I did my fucking cross-contamination food handlers course when I was in prison, and you shouldn't mix meats like that. But anyway, he eats 1 kilo. He eats 1 kilo of meat, and then he eats 500 grams of dry food mixed in with that. And so he used to have 1 and 1, so 1 kilo of meat and then 1 kilo of dry food. And he eats a special dry food because he has got a skin condition, and he can't have like any of the shit cereal, like dog foods that's got cereals and stuff in it, you know. He's basically a gluten-free dog. I've figured it out. So dogs that have skin conditions are basically just gluten-free because they cannot eat any fucking, they're basically celiacs. He can't eat anything that's got wheat in it. You can't give him bread. You can't give him like fucking, like, say for instance, like chips and stuff like that. You can't. It's actually hard to feed my dog scraps because he's like very, very sensitive with his skin. And as you guys see, like, his eye's getting better now, but like, I swear, sometimes it feels like I'm just stuck in this eye bleeding loop with him. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take him back to the zoo, to the vet this week, and see if they can do something, because like, it seems like it's really giving him the irrits lately, and I hate it. You know, he's my world. Don't, like, he actually keeps me fucking rolling, that dog, and he has been through some of the hardest times in my life. As a matter of fact, so he's actually been there when I was about to shoot someone, and he actually ran up and fucking like jumped on the guy and pushed the guy on the ground, which is how I taught all of my dogs. All of my dogs are taught with the bite suit, and my dog weighs 80 kilos, yeah? If he runs up at you and hits you on your chest, doesn't matter if you weigh 150 kilos, mate. He is like a running cannonball, and that is what he's trained to do. And then he's trained to hold you on the ground. He's not trained to fucking bite your neck out, none of that crazy shit. He's trained to hold you on the ground and keep you on the ground. When I trained all of my dogs, I was still with a bike club. I have 4 children, and this was where my mindset was. And yeah, that is why. And you guys know that my dogs only respond to German commands. I speak all of my commands in German. As a matter of fact, I will show you. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's like, do I come there, or am I supposed to be on guard right now? You're a good boy. You're a big buffet boy. You're a good boy. All right, legends. I am going to jump off. Thank you for an absolutely awesome night again, guys. Yeah, we've been live for 2 hours, 38 minutes and 52 seconds. And, yeah. Why does dog food taste like cat food? I know, bro. I've always had the same thing. I love the chum because it's so chunky you can carve it. I love that about that. Oi, JD, you bloody legend. Butters! Oi, I'm just about to jump off, so... Yeah, that's it, legends. Hey, if you guys haven't smashed the like button, please, on your way out, smash that like button if you enjoy the live. That'd be absolutely appreciated. And, yeah, 7 p.m. tomorrow, I'll have a video out. I didn't drop one tonight. I was busy as, and I was like, I don't generally do 2 lives 2 nights in a row, but we're doing it. So, 7 p.m. tomorrow, I'll have a premiere. Maybe a live, not a definite yet. I will let you guys know. Yeah. Thank you. Oi, all you legends that are smashing the like button. Look at that. There's 66 people in here and 66 likes. You can't write that shit. There's 61 people in here now and 67 likes. Yeah, let's go. You come in here and fart in my studio, bro. Oh, wash your bum, bro. Oh, Lucy, you fuck. That stinks, bro. Wash your bum, bro. You've got serious anal problems, dude. You've got demons coming out of your ass. Alright, legends. Thank you, guys. Another awesome live. Rice is still good for Zeus. No, you're right. So doesn't come under that category. You're right. I found that out very early on in the piece. Look at the size of this big fucker. Look at him. Look at him just fucking kicking back there. Look at the size of him. That's a big dog. Can I pat that dog? Can I pat that dog? Can I pat that dog? Sorry. ADHD. A little bit of alcohol as well. Who knows? It's always sometimes a bit of a how you going. But yeah, thank you, legends. Do you wish to stop this scan? No. All right, legends. Another awesome night. Another awesome live. Yeah, I will see you guys in 7 p.m. tomorrow night for a premiere, and then obviously I said I'm going to be doing videos every night this month, which I have been, except for tonight. But yeah, we'll be the same following on. 7 p.m. tomorrow, 7 p.m. the next day, 7 p.m. the day after, and every day after that. That's how I roll, and that's how we do. I feel like we need to play one more song before I go. From the joys to the struggle, yeah, you've been there all along. Late night. Does this song actually make anyone else want to do this, like the old Beavis and Butthead? Does that to me. Oi, you know what Ryder showed me? You know what Ryder showed me the other day? When my vape died in Melbourne, and it was like fucking, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning. He goes, I'll show you how to charge it, but I'll have to break one of your phone chargers. I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit, we'll go get another one tomorrow. He actually recharged exactly this one right here. This is the one he recharged, and then I went and bought this the next day. But you can literally recharge these. Did you know that? But it's dangerous. I wouldn't suggest doing it. Let's see if it works. I am Bang Holio. I am Con Holio. I have TP for my bunghole. Do you have TP for your bunghole? I am Con Holio. I didn't know none of that shit, Jugs. I was like, yeah, I thought I was in fucking the land of hell for the next day. Beavis in the house. How good were Beavis and Butthead when they first came out, though? Beavis and Butthead Do America, I think it was called. That was good. I've seen that at the movie a few times. Century 4 Cinemas in Cranbourne was such a good cinema. Do you know why? Because the emergency fucking exit door used to open from the outside. We realised that very young on. So we used to just walk in the emergency exit that didn't let an alarm off, and we'd just walk into whatever cinemas we wanted. Alright, legends. Ren and Stimpy was the best. Ren Howick was my favourite. I can remember the first night Simpsons came out on normal TV in Australia. I can remember the very first episode. This was back in the time when families used to sit in front of the TV and stuff. Like, good times, the good old times, where family used to sit at the table and eat dinner and talk about the day's events, and then you'd move on to the lounge room where you'd go and watch fucking Neighbours, Home and Away, maybe some fucking Crime Stoppers because most of my family was on it. Little bit of Australia's Most Wanted because my dad was always on it, and or me, and then we used to watch things like Ren and Stimpy. But I remember we watched the first Simpsons episode, and I remember my dad saying, "Yeah, we're all fucked. If this is what cartoons have come to, we're fucked." If he only knew where cartoons had got to. I still sit my kids down at the table. It's the best. Oi, me too, bro. There is nothing better than having that family fucking values, like old school values, because I really feel like they've died out, you know, and like they were good times for me and my family. That, like, I remember them as good times, you know. But all right, legends, I am going to be out of here. Thank you for another awesome live, and yeah, I'll see you all at 7 p.m. tomorrow night for our video premiere. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow night. Jacob Clark, we are really good, thank you, but I'm about to jump off. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Always, don't do drugs and crime and you won't end up in prison. We're out.